Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Books and Betches. I'm Kristen, and with me I have...
Spooky, scary skeletons. Shivers down your spine.
That's Erica and...
Maria.
This is a book podcast. We swear, we spoil, we suck. We're doing
Your soul out of your body.
We're doing children's stuff this time, right? The soul out of your body.
Listen, it's like clockwork. The minute you feed her, she changes.
She's like a werewolf.
I'm like the gremlins.
Yeah, we fed you after midnight.
Yeah, good.
We just had dinner, y'all, so we might have a little bit more energy.
We're doing kids' books this week, so on the safer side.
Yeah, they're kids. They're children's.
Are they kids' books?
They're children's books.
Are you joking?
I guess they're folklore.
Well, 9
I
and
think
up.
that was the word I was trying to think of.
Folklore? Oh, for the vampires.
They're ages 9 and up.
Yeah,
so.
sure.
If you're wondering what we're doing, go over to our YouTube because you'll actually get to see the book because Erica brought her old books
Her actual copies.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh my God.
By Alvin Schwartz. Did anybody have these when they were younger?
Can you show what's in front of your front copy? Your Erica's book.
These are my copies from when I was a child, and this is the first one, says Erica's Book of Terror.
That's so cute. How old do you think you were when you wrote that?
I don't know, probably 9.
Really? Did you read these a lot as a kid?
All the time.
Oh, your R's are so cute.
I don't remember
and then this one just says Erica Pinto.
Oh, you were doing the A like that. That was probably like 11.
Yeah, I was really.
Did you tell these scary stories to your friends?
I really like the circle for the eyes.
Yeah, that was a very quintessential thing that the girls did.
Yeah.
Did you tell these stories to your friends?
I don't remember ever doing this with friends. This felt like a solitary thing.
What's weird. So rereading this, the way it was told, I don't remember any of that. I don't remember it being like, okay, now turn to your friend and scare them.
Yeah.
Right? I don't remember that at all when reading these. I remember sitting in the library reading these by myself. Like I always had these by myself.
So the first part of the book, like the first couple stories ends with a jump scare. So in the book it'll say, now turn to your friend and go, ah, which is very kid adorable. Mm-hmm. We used to, when I would do sleepovers, I think I was probably 10. We would do the Bloody Marys. Mm-hmm. We would do some scary stories. I remember telling scary stories at the Rickles house.
Do you want me to do one of the...
there's one that I do want to read because I actually think it was the scariest one.
Okay.
But I remember I made up a whole story. I still remember this. It was fucking storming outside and we were in the basement because their mom used to think that tornadoes were coming all the time, even though we live in Connecticut and there's no tornadoes.
Okay.
So we were in the basement. It was raining. There was a huge storm and we were telling scary stories. And I don't know what happened, but I went on a rant about a milkman. And this terrifying milkman coming to the house with a claw. And I told this whole story. And then at the end, I actually went, ah! And everybody fucking lost it. And then now to this day, I think,
you probably
where did I get that story from? I think I just made it up on the spot.
Well, I don't know if you've seen Queso play this game, Not My Neighbor.
Oh my God, I love that game. I've watched
there's a milkman in that.
Okay.
And he's a scary one.
Did you guys ever have
a mailman?
Did you guys ever have milkmen?
No.
We used to have a metal box that sat outside the garage, and we had a milkman that came and we lived right next to the farm.
That's why.
So my dad was like, "I'll order milk."
My young years were in Miami. I doubt we had a milkman.
They were little glass jars of milk that they. I
know what they look like.
And we had a garage door that had a rope on it, so the garage would come down. So I would run really fast, grab the rope, slide out like Tarzan, land, get the milk, and then run back in. It was the sickest thing. And then my dad would go, "Do you want to watch the lightning storm? We could sit on the milk box." So we would sit on the metal milk box.
This is why your father's been struck by lightning.
No, I think just once.
Usually the milk box was
I'm just saying the fact that he wants to sit outside during a thunderstorm or
it
lightning
was a
storm.
metal milk box, and we would sit on it and watch the lightning.
Okay.
Okay, so Scary Stories in the Dark. There's one that I think we could read.
One thing about this book, and that I do remember, is the illustrations.
Scary.
Are
actually
fucking
scary.
terrifying.
Yes.
All of them.
I think I remember the illustrations more than I do the stories themselves.
I think I do too. So this one.
Yeah, that one always pops in my head.
I want to read Cold as Clay because it's not that long and it's actually very creepy. Okay. And it reminds me of stories from being a kid.
And there was another one that a lot of people, when I said that we were doing this on the podcast, the girl with the ribbon around her neck.
What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure it was in the Scary Stories 2, which I don't know.
Stories 2.
I don't know where that book is. I don't know if I.
Oh, it's 3.
You only have 1 and 3.
I only have 1 and 3 for some reason. I don't know if I had to go into the trenches to find these. So
I can try
I
to
just
see if
didn't
my
really
Libby
open
has
up
it.
like my full book collection, like old book
I think I
collection.
still have my
What if something
probably
scary
still
happened to your second book?
Okay.
Like, what if it's
I just think it either was like buried somewhere else that was not
with a body?
with the telltale heart
Okay.
Oh my.
that still beats. in my
Goodness.
What's
ears.
the second one called? Do you know?
Okay.
Scary.
Maybe
stories?
I've just told these.
I said the second one.
I
honey,
wonder
the
if I've
second
told
one.
these stories on the podcast already, but there was 2 stories that always scared me the most when I was a kid. Maybe I was in like a little older, but the first story, have you guys heard this one where this couple was in a college dorm together and they were like hanging out or whatever? I'm going to try to remember it as I tell it, so it might not be as good. But her roommate leaves and she goes to go back to the room, but all of the lights are out and it's dark. And she didn't want to turn the lights back on because she didn't want to wake her roommate up. So she goes in and she like moves some stuff around, gets some stuff and leaves. And then the next day she comes back to her dorm room and she turns on the lights and her roommate is murdered and there's blood everywhere and written on the wall.
So Amanda Knox?
It says, good thing you didn't turn on the lights.
Ew.
That used to get me as a kid. And then the other one is an old lady was sitting in front of her TV on the couch watching TV when she saw a man in the window because the TV was in front of the window. She sees a man in the window.
Yeah, I know that one.
So she
That one I
calls
know.
911 and she's like freaking out. And then the cops come and they go into the living room and they say, ma'am, we have something to tell you. And she's like, did you find the man? And they were like, no, but if you look down over here, there's footprints behind you. You were seeing the reflection of the man in the window. He was right behind you. That shit gets me. Those 2.
Nothing happened.
But it's the idea that something could have.
Yeah, it's the could have that gets me. So those 2 stories, actually, now I'm thinking about it, are could haves. That's scary.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Anticipation.
Well, okay, if you think about actual,
Kids love horror.
I just recently went to see The Conjuring: The Last Rites,
Oh yeah, how was
and
How was it?
It was good. I liked it. It was fun. I think Weapons is better.
I
I just don't know how many
It was
more.
good. I liked it. Was it scary?
Weapons was scarier. No, Weapons was better to me. Again, it's hard for me to get scared now because
Did you watch Sinners?
I'm so scared.
I did. Loved
like
it.
it? Yeah, okay.
Loved it.
That
So
I want to
good.
watch. I'm just such a baby with scary stuff.
Sinners is not to
It's
me.
not
It's not
scary.
scary.
Okay.
It has horror elements
I'm
again,
a
but it's not
horror
scary.
man.
It's not. There's no jump scares.
Oh,
for that.
okay,
Like that's
okay.
not like that kind of jump. So this is what I'm getting at. Horror films, I think, when essentially what they do is prey on the unknown fear.
Yes.
It's not the thing that happens that scares you. It's the anticipation of not having, and it's, this quiet
Not having
moments.
control.
Yeah, not having control. Or when like you see the framing of the image is like you're here, but the back of you is completely pitch black. I
hate that shit.
And it's slowly zooming in.
I hate that.
Slow. It just takes forever. And the music gets really, really low and you hear nothing and then something jumps.
Yes.
That's the scary part of it to me, is the anticipation that makes you ready for the jump scare.
I said this before. Possession or like ghost stuff scares me way more than like murder stuff.
Same with Garrett. So I asked Garrett if you wanted to come to The Conjuring. He goes, I think that's the only ones I will not see.
Because A, I feel like I'm gonna get
they're
possessed,
freaky.
and B, because I can't fight a fucking spirit, but I could fight a fucking person if I
but
have
it's a
to.
movie.
Like okay,
No,
fucking,
the Conjurings
wait,
are based off real shit.
but
It's
like
fake.
Jason and like those people, like you can run away from them. They walk after you with a knife. That's not scary at all to me. But you're telling me my back's going. I can't fight a spirit.
So I never get freaked out
With the
about
power of Christ, you sure can.
Well, that's the thing with the possessions.
I don't allow anything to come into this house. Sorry, I don't even like talking about it.
Those don't scare me because they usually, like, possessions have traditionally gone after people who are very religious.
Yeah. You're not religious.
Is that true?
Yes.
1,000,000%.
The only way to get rid of a possession or a demon is through an exorcism.
I thought that people will do
You're with
that
a priest.
after
priest.
it happened. Like I think they get more religious after it happens.
no,
They
usually
target a person that is extremely religious because they
I don't
want
let any
to
spirits in
like
this house.
condemn that soul and
yeah,
take it
to
with
take
like,
it
because
because it's a soul for God, and you want to take it
Yeah.
away from God. It's just
It's the
like a
monsters
thing.
that scare. Like okay, Bloody Mary scared the shit out of me. as a
Bloody
kid.
Mary was
Okay, don't say it
Terrifying.
too many times. That was 2 in a row. That's enough.
you're not in front of the mirror.
Candyman, that shit fucking scared the shit out of
Yeah.
me. Anything that would like show up at
like, why
night.
did we love doing that shit?
Because the feeling of being afraid with your
It's
friends is fun.
I know, but then it
fun.
would terrorize me when they left.
I know.
And I would be alone and be like,
Do you know that feeling when you play hide and go seek? You like have to pee really bad because you're like you're
No.
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel like that either.
Did you? I don't know if you would do this, but like, did you ever do manhunts?
All the time.
No,
that was my whole
I never
childhood.
really had friends to play with like that at night.
My whole childhood.
I had a curfew at 8 p.m. every night.
I just didn't know if
Dustin's
like,
house?
because I feel like she had like the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
I never was allowed to
No,
even
when I
have
would
sleepovers.
go to Dustin's, we had like 8 houses, and then
Yeah.
you could just go into any house to like pee or do it. Because
Yeah,
I would get
yeah.
scared and I would have to
So
pee.
I didn't have that neighborhood, but my friend did. Like, and it
best.
was like the neighborhood over from me, so I could walk there.
Oh, the
Fun.
So
But walking
I would,
back, yo, that's
yeah,
scary.
yeah. So like
Wow,
I would
y'all
walk to
had a
that, or I
childhood.
would bike ride to that neighborhood, and then I would do the manhunt with that.
Yeah.
But that group of people was like basically like your group of like,
Yeah.
it was like 10 houses that were all the same age,
Yeah.
and like we would do the manhunts in that neighborhood.
That's
so I was very
fucking
like
awesome.
familiar with that.
I
and
always
that.
heard of my friends playing Manhunt, but I never was able to.
But it's always dark and like scary, and you're in
terrifying.
the woods.
You're in people's backyards,
Yeah.
like
we would do it in the woods.
Sorry, we were at my house eating.
so.
Yeah.
Our neighborhoods kind of look similar, like
Yeah.
because the houses were kind of far apart, and like there's
Yes.
wooded back, like
Yes.
the backyards were woods.
Yes.
So it's like backyard and then woods.
Like a lot
Yeah,
of
no.
Like it was not.
Mine was
It wasn't
not
like houses on the other side where like
Right.
John's
houses on the other side.
John was like you throw a rock and you hit the next door neighbor.
Right.
Yeah.
That was not my
Yeah,
mine
you
growing
were in the
up.
woodsy
Yeah.
area.
Well, yeah, you were
So-
in New Hampshire, especially. That was like all woods and
Well, yeah, and like it just like the neighborhoods were not like that. There was
Right.
like forests between houses and like stuff like that. So
it's not like that anymore.
yeah, I mean, even now it's like less trees in certain places too. But like
Developments.
I don't know. I just remember as a kid, like growing up and watching all the scary movies, The Ring. Like
It's
I
funny.
don't know why,
The
but like
Grudge.
kids,
Yeah.
historically are the ones that are the target audience for horror films.
I loved
It
horror
is
films growing
interesting.
up. I was the
teenagers.
horror kid. Like I was watching Saw for fun.
I mean,
I
was
loved Saw.
I was young. Like I talked about Dustin. Dustin was like probably the worst influence for me, but like my bestest friend. And we would do like because his mom didn't give a fuck what we did. So I was like 6 watching the Stephen King movies.
Yeah,
And I would go
absolutely.
home and just be in my bed shitting my pants, thinking like the worst thing was going to happen to me.
I will say, I think I talked about this on the podcast before. That my first horror film was Scream.
Oh really?
My dad had put it
That's
on. I think I had to have been 4 or
Oh,
something.
mine was Pet
right?
Cemetery.
And because of
Those
Scream,
are too crazy first.
I know, right? I don't think he realized that I was going to remember it. So it turned into, so I used to sleep with my door open as a kid. This is like me 4 or 5 years old in Miami. And I was afraid that Scream was constantly walking in front of my door.
Oh my God.
Right. So to this day, I can't have a door. Now I sleep with a crack because like Xena, like she has puppy pads. So she'll go pee. So I've gotten better at it.
Oh,
But
to this day.
to this day, I don't like any open doors when I'm sleeping.
I get that.
Like closet doors, nah, closed, right?
Yeah.
So here's what happened. I found this out recently. So I was afraid of the Scream walking, Ghostface
Yeah.
Ghostface.
walking.
I was like, his name's not Scream.
Yeah.
I know. Between my doors, right? Or my bedroom door.
Who's your dad?
No, I found out maybe a year ago, we were at like Thanksgiving dinner, that a man had come to the house at one point and said to my mom, "You have a ghost in here." And he likes to walk in that hallway. When I tell you, I was like, what? What do you mean? This entire time, that must have been a ghost walking actually in front of my goddamn door. And I just thought it was Ghostface because I was afraid of the movie.
Oh my God.
So,
We're like linked through ghosts.
yeah. But it was only at my little trailer house in Miami. Never followed me anywhere else.
Bob, man.
Wow.
All right. Getting back to this book, I thought it was interesting. So the way that it's broken up is the beginning, they have those little jump scare moments. Then randomly throughout, they have songs.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to sing
Rhyming.
them?
No, I think they're like poems.
But it even has like the musical
I think you
breakdown.
I love this.
I wish
It's
I could
cute.
read music. I
It's
really
very
do.
cute.
But like, yeah, when you were in chorus, like you would, you
maybe.
would get a full sheet music.
My niece,
Probably know some of them.
my niece is very young.
D, I think.
My niece is 5. She has her first Scholastic book fair tomorrow. I thought it was today. It's tomorrow. Do you remember these being at the book fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No, I've never
them.
been to the book fair.
No,
I remember them in my
I definitely
library.
bought these at the book
Mine
fair.
were at my
Really?
library.
Yeah,
I took them
100%.
out of my library.
That's so funny because like all the boys were
My
buying
mom would
like
have never-
Goosebumps and like all of these types of books.
My mom
I
would have
always
never
bought Billy
bought me
School
this.
Kids. That was
Yeah.
definitely at my Scholastic Book Fair.
So one of the things that I really like about these books that I did want to bring up is that the back of these books have like notes, sources, and bibliography
Yes.
acknowledgments, which I think is kind of like a lost art,
Yeah.
if you will.
Yeah.
Like the notes and sources, like they describe like, okay, this story is like from the Newfoundlands, and this is when like Boogie, like this is how this story came to be, or like this is from the Navajo Nation, and
Yeah.
this is like their interpretation of this historical story, or like they quote, like they go into detail about like where these sources, like where these stories originate from.
I love that.
Or if they are a interpretation of a different story,
Right.
and like, or like
For
had
the
influence.
toe in book 1 is
Yeah.
the golden arm.
Yeah, and that has like historical influence for X, Y, and Z or whatever. And then it also kind of like goes into like a little bit more details about it. Like they give like some like folklore background.
That's cool.
But then, and that like this is then there's also just like a true like bibliography.
Of all the
books
sources.
where like the stories were taken
Yeah.
from, or they found the information for the stories, or
I can
any
see
type
this
of
being
story.
used in a classroom of like
But
learning
yeah.
that.
I think you know what I thought when
doing
I saw the
bibliographies.
back of this book,
are?
right?
Yeah.
All I thought about is like how often we see people get on Book Talk and like Bookstagram and like basically like
Plagiarize?
not plagiarize, but like accuse people of plagiarization, accuse people of saying like this story is from this person, or this story is, you know, they got influence from this, like this name is from here and this name is from there. And it's like, I don't know if that author knew that name was
Right.
from Greek
But also things
mythology,
can be
or
inspired by without it being annotated, like or not annotated.
sure, but how much would like it take out of those people's sales to have like a bibliography like this that actually gave credit to like, because sometimes people are claiming cultural appropriation too. Like it's not just like a baseless.
I think
like,
if the whole book is based, because like these are full
I know,
stories.
but that I get that, but that's not what
everybody else gets.
The demons of Book Talk do.
Demons of book talk.
They go out and searching for
that's
people
stupid.
who
But I think
culturally appropriate.
That's
Well,
their
that- yeah, I
pastime.
get that.
I know, but what I'm saying is like if this was a commonplace, I think one, people would fucking love it. They would love like to hear the lore of like where the research is from. Fucking cut AI
I think if
arguments to the fucking
if it
bare
is
bone.
like based in research, I think that would be really cool. But if
if
it's
it's
like
fictional.
yeah, if you're just like writing something and you're like, oh, this story that I remember from like 80 years ago, that's like a cool thing, but I'm completely reshaping it.
Yeah.
Why would you need to
I
Like
know,
my
but,
grandma
like-
told me a story once and I'm reshaping it to something that's
Yeah.
mine.
Or like a little part of
But,
it
like,
inspired you to
but
make
that's what I'm
something
saying.
new.
Like this, but that's basically what the notes are. The notes is basically saying like this is a parody.
So then
of
you
a,
want, no, it's not a bibliography.
Yeah, but he's
I
taking
know, but
an
I'm
entire.
saying both aspects of this. I think would suit a lot of fantasy.
This
feel
makes
you.
sense though, because it's like individual stories and he's taking a tale. Like this one says like, this is a tale told in America. It's based on an English ballad. So it's like he's taking something that already exists and just kind of manipulating it. You know what I mean? Like he's
I know,
not
but
like,
a lot like some of these stories are based on like Greek mythology, or they're based
Sure,
in
yeah.
like biblical mythology, or they're based in
those senses, I think it makes sense.
or
But-
they're
Do you
taking.
think the author's just having to make the reader have to do that kind of research if they want to find out more?
yeah.
They would have to like
what
search
I'm-
it.
I know, but what I'm saying is like, okay, so Akatar, a lot of people say is like a Hades and Persephone, or
No,
like the second one
Quartemus and
is.
Furious.
Quartemus and Fury is a Hades and Persephone. Like,
But it's like, who are you?
what if it had the notes in there to be like these aspects were
Because who wrote
influenced
the
by-
original Hades and Persephone? Like,
No,
does
but
it-
Greek mythology.
I guess that's a bad example, but like,
I see what you're saying.
I think
I see
that
what you're saying.
one, it would cut down people. Like if you had a real bibliography from like, okay, these are aspects that I took from or I was inspired by. and you put that into a book, I think I would be like, fuck you. I didn't write it. AI didn't write this. I did because this is the research.
Okay, so maybe if it's not like a full-on annotated bibliography like that, but if you put like a little acknowledgement notes, that's fun. I like that.
I think the acknowledgements in the notes is a really interesting way to mention this was influenced by
some
X,
books,
Y, or
I feel like
Z.
some books do that. Like,
I mean, Vampires of the Norte did it in a way. It wasn't like a full-on, descriptive, bibliography way, but it was like these stories or what happened in this book was based a lot in what my family, my like heritage has gone through within that span of the country. Like Nestor's name in Vampire of the Norte, she took from a history book, like from like a basically yellow pages of what the time was at the time. So like Nestor's
Duarte, a fucking bibliography.
Yeah, Nestor Duarte existed at some point, not this person. She made a character around that name, but she took that name from that. But she put that at the end of the book.
That's what I'm saying is like names often, like there's a lot of Sarah J. Maas specifically gets a lot of fucking heat for this.
Well, who's the one that was doing Gaelic? That was
Rebecca
Yaros. Yeah,
Fourth
the Gaelic names
got
that
fucking
she couldn't even pronounce.
Absolutely decimated about that, and it's like if she actually put a
just
bibliography,
didn't do an interview, she would have been fine.
But like if she did a bibliography and she was like, these names weren't that,
right?
And she was like, I actually got them from here instead, like. Maybe that would cut down some of that.
It's an interesting topic. Yeah. Interesting take.
I haven't seen anything like that.
His wife is the one that did most of those bibliographies according to his notes, which is very cute.
I just very rarely have seen something that even comes close to this level of research.
All right. I want to read one of these. It's a short one. Yeah, I like this one. I don't know why. This is the only one that creeps me out. All right, ready? A farmer had a daughter for whom he cared more than anything on earth. She fell in love with a farmhand named Jim. But the farmer did not think Jim was good enough for his daughter. To keep them apart, he sent her to live with her uncle on the other side of the country. Also very fitting, yes. Soon after she left, Jim got sick and he wasted away and died. Everyone said he died of a broken heart. The farmer felt so guilty about Jim's death, he could not tell his daughter what had happened. She continued to think about Jim and the life they might have lived together. One night, many weeks later, there was a knock on her uncle's door. When the girl opened the door, Jim was standing there. Your father asked me to get you, he said. I came on his best horse. Is there anything wrong? She asked. I don't know, he said. She packed a few things and they left. She rode behind him, clinging to his waist. Soon he complained of a headache. It aches something terrible, he told her. She put her hand on his forehead. Why, you are as cold as clay, she said. I hope you're not ill. And she wrapped her handkerchief around his head. They traveled so swiftly that in a few hours they reached the farm. The girl quickly dismounted and knocked on the door. Her father was startled to see her. Didn't you send for me? She asked. No, I didn't, he said. She turned to Jim, but he was gone, and so was the horse. They went to the stable to look for them. The horse was there. It was covered with sweat and trembling with fear, but there was no sign of Jim. Terrified, her father told her the truth about Jim's death. Then quickly they went to see Jim's parents. They decided to open his grave. The corpse was in the coffin, but around his head, they found the girl's handkerchief.
Ooh, spooky.
I love that one. I don't know. There's something about that that's really exciting.
Think about ghosts.
No.
Yes.
It reminded me of a story that my friend told me while we were sitting in a field outside of her house.
Here we go again, you being outside.
She was known to have the most haunted house in our town, okay? It was worse than mine, way worse, way worse. And we were sitting in a field and she was telling a story about how this horse kept breaking into their field, like their farm. And she was like, this horse would break in, it would break in. So she would tell the neighbors, you got to fix the fence. The neighbors were like, all right, we will, sorry. The next day, the horse would come, break in. They were like, dude, your horse will not stop breaking in.
You told me this before.
I did. And then they were like, okay, we're fixing the fence. They never did. And then the next day, the horse comes, breaks into the field. They call them and they were like, sorry, we're fixing the fence. Nothing happens for like a week. And then the horse comes back into their field and they call them and they're like, your horse is in our field again. They're like, well, that's not possible because our horse died yesterday. And they were like, and then they never saw the horse again, but they swore they saw it like on that day.
You went to visit the area like.
So I'm just saying something about that story reminded me of that other story. I probably told it differently the first time I told it, but
no,
it's along those lines.
I think you told it the same way.
It's along those lines. It was a white horse. I remember her telling, because we were all sitting out where she saw the horse, and I remember sitting there and like people started shaking.
Horse?
And I was not okay with it. That's a mule.
No, it was a horse.
Is it?
I think it's a huss.
That's a mule.
The husband led this new horse to the barn.
She'll the camera of that horse.
Well, this is the one that turns into a woman because it was a witch.
Oh, that one was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
There's some interesting stories though. Most of them are like tell a story and then go ah.
Yeah,
And I didn't like those.
that got tiring.
Should we sing a song?
Sure, you sing it.
No, you sing it. There was an old woman, all skin and bone, who lived near the graveyard all alone. Oh, she thought she'd go to church one day to hear the parson preach and pray. Oh, and when she came to the church house style, what does that mean? She thought she'd stop and rest a while. Oh, when she came up to the door, she thought she'd stop and rest some more. Oh, but then she turned and looked around. She saw a corpse upon the ground. Oh, from its nose down to its chin, the worms crawled out and the worms crawled in. Oh, the woman to the preacher said, shall I look like that when I'm dead? Oh, the preacher to the woman said, you'll look like that when you're dead. Now scream.
Ah!
That
you
one wasn't even
you
scary.
kind of sound a little bit like Winnie from Hocus Pocus.
Oh my God, thank you.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah,
Pocus.
it's time.
Hocus Pocus.
It's time.
You guys are
When
ready?
is this going out?
In 3 weeks.
Which is October, right?
Yep, early October.
Holy cow, how are we in October?
Kind of sucks because like last year's Halloween episode, we did all those ghost stories.
Yeah.
Tell some more.
What?
You got any new ones?
What?
Has anything happened recently?
I don't think so.
I haven't gone outside.
That's the thing, like all of our ghost stories we already told.
I know that's
My ghost story, I guess, is my little when I was at my house.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a really good one.
that was a good one. Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head right now.
Do you imagine a worm ghost?
Aren't they?
You know what I was thinking about?
Hot ghosts. New ghost. Victorian ghost.
No, new ghost.
Yeah.
New ghost.
That's where we were going with that.
New ghost. Why are they always
bouncing.
Victorian?
Bouncing topics.
Worm ghost.
Why are they always in Victorian wear? Why?
Great question.
When are we getting jeans and a t-shirt? Jeans and a sweatshirt? When are we getting the Rasta stoner ghost?
You know, I think that has to exist.
It does.
It's just not.
It's not televised.
When are
Well,
we getting
because then you get the little girls. Like it's always the creepy fucking little girls wearing a
fucking
dress,
dolls. Yeah.
right? That shit's scary. But that could be any time.
I think our technology ruins ghosts now.
I want to get back to the ghost worm.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this like if I was
Because-
a worm, would you still
yeah,
love me?
like imagine a ghost saying that.
oh, my water's
Saying
upstairs.
what?
If I was a worm, would you still love me? If I was a ghost worm?
Would you still love me?
Yeah. Would a ghost worm scare you?
Does a worm have a soul?
That's a good question, Erica.
This is not what we do here.
Does a worm have a soul?
Does every living
Do you
thing
think
have
every
a
living
soul?
thing has a soul?
Mike would argue that he does not.
I don't think
He
so
has
either.
red
We're
hair.
not talking to
You
Mike.
don't think Mike has a soul?
I don't think every living thing has a soul.
Oh.
Oh, you were putting her in a weird
How
box
about a
there.
worm?
I don't think worm has a soul.
Why?
Because I don't even know if it has a fucking brain.
What's a soul? That's what we would end up getting into with that
Here we
question.
go.
I don't know.
Here we go.
And also, ghosts makes no sense to me because they don't have brains. So how do they know what to haunt? They don't have consciousness. They don't have brains.
You know
I
that.
think to me a ghost is like just residual energy from a
What?
different time.
What do you mean I don't know that? They're
don't know that.
see-through. You would see
You
their
don't
brain.
know that. You've never
You don't
seen
know.
a ghost.
You don't know what ghosts
seen
are
a
made
ghost.
of.
Which ghost have you seen?
The ghosts
Fucking-
of Christmas past.
So
I have seen a ghost.
reason-
Which ghost have you seen?
Bob.
okay.
What does Bob look like?
He looks like this, like a little peeper. Like he's like
Oh,
this.
he's only ever
all right,
peeped
all
at you.
right, all right.
But it was like a white blur.
Okay.
No.
What did Jamie say he
genuinely
looked like?
What I saw, not even white. It was almost like
Do you have to describe Bob for those who are new listeners?
I had a ghost in my house when I was a kid growing up named Bob.
We know his name is Bob because all the siblings.
No. That is the most fucking vanilla, like
I've already explained him.
limp dick explanation of Bob that I've ever fucking
for new
heard.
listeners.
Bob, he was a ghost.
No, Bob was a fucking entity that haunted.
Let's not make it that bad.
Haunted
It was
their house
something.
and scared anybody who slept over there.
Sherry had a dream. No, Negron.
Negron had a
dream that he killed everybody in my house. When I
Yep.
slept over.
Bob.
So glad I wasn't
did
there.
Feel like
Sherry felt it. Yes.
Wait a minute. Kristen had an imaginary friend named Bob.
Yes.
And guess who? Her older brother and older sister,
All 5 years apart.
who are 5 years apart from each other,
Same one.
also had imaginary friends named
In the same
fucking
room.
Bob.
In the same room.
In the same room.
But I think he was a hallway haunter, like your guy. And you can't. I want to explain though, like
he used to creep around corners with like
he would
both
have
his hands.
and he would look out, and it's not even that you could see something, you could feel it to the point where you
could feel someone looking at
see
you.
it. Like it's so hard to
Every
explain.
single person who has ever been to Kristen's house has felt the presence of Bob.
Yes.
I don't know where he is now though. I mean,
Probably
he's
still at that
Still in that
house.
fucking house.
you think?
Yeah.
And for some parts, I felt like he was protecting me a little
Yeah,
bit.
he
Until
definitely
Garrett
was.
scared the fuck out of me. And Garrett was like, he's just wanting you to fall in love with him so he could drag you to hell. And I was like, why would you say that?
Then you go to Gary, you say
Gary.
you never left the shed.
You never left the fucking shed. You never left the fucking
He's
shed.
gonna hate this.
Yes.
He's gonna listen to this again. He's gonna
Yes.
hate this all over again.
The thing about my
Have we
dad's...
explained the shed?
So
Yes.
no.
Wait, but before we
didn't.
get there, the thing about my dad's old house was the basement was the scariest. to
Yep.
me.
Terrifying.
But the difference between upstairs, where I felt Bob's presence, was like I felt very safe and calm. The basement felt terrifying. Like
And you slept there.
we had somebody
Yeah, I don't
stay
know.
with us. It was like a brother's friend, and he said he had a dream, like a nightmare, where he was being held down by somebody.
Yuck.
And like when I slept in there, I woke up one time to my name. It sounded like somebody went, Kristen. And I rolled over and I ran upstairs and I was like, Dad, did you call my name? And he was like, no, I didn't call her, but I didn't answer it.
You're not supposed to answer.
Yes. Sorry. Let's talk about the shed. There is a scary haunted
the
house.
murder house.
The Hell House.
Hell house.
Hell house.
In the town that I grew up in, and it was on a Discovery Channel. Ed and Lorraine went there.
And said it was the portal to hell.
They said in the basement was the portal. Lou went there. He was a ghost investigator, which is
Lou
still the
has
funniest
had
thing.
every job under the sun.
It's so random.
Is he still in psychology school or is he like...
Mike just randomly saw him somewhere super random too. I can't remember where at the vet. He's like, I just heard Lou.
He's going to be a vet tech now.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway.
So he went there too and said it was like the scariest house. So we were driving by and Garrett and Katie were in my car and they're like, we want to check it out. We want to check it out. And I was like,
Two
no.
chaos children.
I was like, I'm not stopping the car. So they jumped out of my moving car and went into this shed. And when they came back, the running joke was that they never left the shed and it fucks with them every
But
time.
didn't you guys hear like a scream that day or was that when
That
you
was
were
with my
your
brother.
Okay.
That shit was scary. But I mean, anybody that drives by it, like...
I felt it when you drive by.
You could feel...
But not anymore.
Guess what?
Because Latinos live there now.
Latinos live there now and they're the only ones
Power
that
of
have...
Christ compels you, baby.
They fucking iced that house out.
They're the only ones that have
That's
stayed
the
there.
holy water. That's my Santísimo Dios.
They're the only ones.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, they walk in like, this price will never gonna get the fuck out of my house.
They got it for so cheap. And like it was sold like I want to say 8 or 9 times since the original people got out of there.
And like within a year.
And the
Yeah.
guy was like sacrificing cats. Like it was a whole thing. It was really scary. It was sold so many times. Then the Latinos bought it and they've been there ever since. They have 2 pit bulls. They blast Spanish
Bad
music.
Bunny, man.
And when you walk by there, you're like, this is a different vibe. But
Dude,
they were,
I've driven past it and I don't feel the same.
they were digging in the yard though for like, it was like maybe a couple days.
Septic.
That shit, I don't know what they were doing, but they stopped. Like it never got like like there was nothing.
priest
I
came.
don't know that it was a septic thing. I think they were doing
The
something.
priest came and they said,
stopped.
let's fucking
I don't know.
holy water all over
They
it.
never went back to digging, so I thought
think
that was interesting.
yeah.
Latinos fix it. Tell you right now.
Thank
The
God.
priest blessed that out.
I'm
There's
happy to
no
hear.
more faithful than a Latino, man. They walk in, they just like, they ooze Christ.
or Garrett and Katie sacrificed themselves inside of that shed.
Okay.
Garrett and
All right.
Katie.
I hope
You're
he's
still
listening.
in there. He is listening. He listens to us religiously.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the shed.
Love you, Gar.
But anyways,
Anything else you want to say?
I loved these books as a child.
I
and
loved them as a kid, yeah.
I did not.
I would reread them as a kid. I would get them over and over from the
I
library and
remember
reread
them existing. I don't remember reading them. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I think you were a Goosebumps kid.
My brother loved the Goosebumps, so I would always have those. But these, I like seeing
Oh,
this
you know
brought
what
it back.
You
And
know
how
what I
big
want
they are.
to mention? How much do you think this book is?
Oh yeah, good call. I know, so I can't say.
7.
$3.95.
Well, with inflation.
Now it would be 7.
No, now it would be $12.99.
Oh,
check.
you're probably right.
Let's check.
You think
They still get printed.
You think they would change the price though?
From $3.95. Yeah, I bet you.
Let's check Amazon.
Like if you found this in the store, you think it would be today's price or back then? Because it's printed on the book.
They're gonna put a sticker on top
over
of
it.
it.
You think?
7, $6.94.
Oh, that's cheap.
$6.54
That's cheap.
for book 1. But yeah, I was right. $7. Listed price 10, I guess, from Amazon. But you know,
Wait, what year did this come out?
I don't know.
Do you think this guy's still alive?
Let me see.
Oh wow, this is old. He
Hey,
died.
all right, girl, don't call it old.
He died in 1992, but he was born in 27. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, pretty cool.
See, so these are like old folklore. I love
you like
folklore.
Do you?
I just like the
do too.
lore.
Yeah.
The lore of it.
What kind of movie do you like that's folklorish?
Like
Can you think of one?
I fucking loved Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, I haven't watched that in a long time.
Oh, Sleepy Hollow is
Now
like
I
one of
wanna
my
watch it.
favorite.
Is that a musical?
Old lore.
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney
Sweeney
Todd.
Todd.
That's what I'm thinking of. I get those
The
confused.
Demon Barber of Fleet
I'm trying to
Street.
think like what other.
I had a
folklore-
big
That's a good
Sweeney
Oh, I
Todd
loved
phase.
Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, Brothers. Is that another Johnny Depp movie?
Is
Are we
it?
naming all the the Headless Horseman? Is that
Pirates?
Edward Scissorman? Edward Scissorhands?
How do you want to watch
Folklore.
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Interesting. You call it Pirates of the Caribbean.
Is it Caribbean?
No, that's what it's called, Pirates of the Caribbean.
yeah.
But when you're going on vacation, you go to the Caribbean.
Caribbean,
Isn't
yeah.
that interesting?
Yeah.
Butter pecan pie, but I'm eating pecans.
Yeah. Words.
Caramel
Crazy.
versus
caramel.
caramel.
I always say caramel.
I say caramel.
I never say caramel.
Caramel ice cream though.
Caramel ice cream.
Okay, fair. There's got to be a world where you say caramel.
Mm-mm.
Caramel.
There's no world.
I'm trying so hard.
Sorry, there's no universe.
There's gotta be a
where
world where you say
No,
caramel.
I don't. Sorry. Anyway, I think we're done here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you put on your ice cream?
Caramel
Shit.
and
Caramel.
sprinkles.
Okay.
Caramel.
Have you ever been haunted by a worm?
What the fuck?
And if you have, what do you do in that situation? Because worms aren't scary, but I do think a ghost worm would be really hard
How
to deal
big
with.
is this ghost worm? Is it the size of a worm?
Have you seen that
How am I gonna
episode
see
of
it?
SpongeBob?
No.
Yes.
Now, that's a fucking worm.
The worm from Akatar?
Ah, the worm from Wait, there's a worm in Akatar?
Yeah, the worm that she fights. It's called a worm, I think. WYRM.
Okay,
Worm,
okay,
yeah.
okay. The worms from Dune. Ghosts.
Ha!
That's how you run away. Could you imagine that? Wait, scary movie. Hire us as writers.
I love like not Prince of Egypt, the Mummy. Like
Oh,
that's
still going with the
lore.
phone.
I'm
Like
sorry.
to me,
I'm
that's
sorry.
we
like,
gotta talk about the
Mummy?
I just watched that for the
Brendan
I just
I
watched
don't.
that.
I don't care about like Egyptian culture.
But the way it was told that,
lore
yeah.
of the
Emotep, man.
Yeah.
I like both. I like the culture.
No,
Because like
but
the History
it's-
Channel, how sick is it to watch the History Channel?
I used to
and
love
learn,
watching the
like,
History Channel.
Dude, it's the
I
best.
like it, but I like what I like in books
the lore.
is like I'm
You know
not
what I love now?
like finding like a culture. I just want the
lore of
the
it.
meat of it.
Yeah.
which is tied.
I'm loving like the Instagrams where people are like archaeologists are finding shit and you just see some girl like, put it back. You're not supposed to be touching it. Put it back.
That's so good.
There was like I think it was like King Tut. I think
Yeah.
it was King Tut. Or no, maybe it wasn't. There was something that we unearthed in Egypt and everything has gone to shit since then.
Remember the
in
guy?
like 2019.
Probably a lot of things.
Didn't they
There's
just,
like no, there was something in like 2019ish
I think
or
I know what you're talking about.
Right before 2020?
It was right.
Interesting.
No, it was like right before the pandemic, and they opened it up. They shouldn't have fucking opened it. And
I know. I feel like I remember
know
this.
what it. I just can't. I don't know what it is.
Remember they got the guy Scream?
something up.
They're like, we figured out what it sounds like, what their voices sound like, because they did like some science for it.
AI shit.
No, it was a while ago. They dug up like a old body from like way mummy times. They're like, we can.
Their vocal cords.
But then it cuts to what it sounds like, and he goes, "Oh!" I almost died. Oh, also, there's a Have you been online, like the alien thing? Have you been seeing that?
What alien thing now?
Something crashed into Earth. I don't remember where. This is like actually happened. Genuinely, I don't even think it's AI. I think it's real. Of a piece of a meteorite crashed into Earth, but it's
there was a meteor shower a couple weeks
it's
back.
fucking moving.
It's pulsing.
It's pulsing. It's moving. I have to show it to you. Maybe it's AI, but it looks real as fuck.
I'm sure someone would take it and make it AI afterwards.
Well, it's like a whole thing on the internet now. So
all right. Well, we've deviated.
Clock it.
Stop doing that.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Anything else you want to add, Erica, before we sign off? Anything scary?
Oh, I think it was
you're still on
the opening of Alexandria's Black Sarcophagus.
Oh, that's a fucking movie.
I think it was 2018, but it was like very highly like talked about, and basically
I'm like, what movie did I just watch? Oh, The Mummy. That's why I'm like,
yes,
I just saw something.
There's like an ancient curse.
Did you just watch
around
recently?
with it.
Yeah, first time
ever
watching.
You didn't let me have that experience with you.
I thought I told you.
The Mummy.
Yeah,
we would have watched it.
Did you love
house.
it?
I didn't know that you're.
I
did
own
love
it.
it. I loved it.
Did you?
But you
fall in love with
you know
Brendan
what's up?
Fraser?
I've been in love with Brendan.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
But
Bedazzled. Are you kidding?
Yeah, Bedazzled.
Obsessed.
Yeah, Bedazzled.
But I loved him more in this first. Okay, I fell in love with him in this, and George of the Jungle.
I
of course.
actually love the Mummy.
That's what I'm talking about.
too.
The Mummy.
No, the Mummy. In
Imhotep. Yes.
Yeah,
He's hot.
Yeah.
I love those too, like Tomb Raider. I'm a big fan.
Love Tomb Raider.
The new Tomb Raider, I actually
We watched it in theaters. I've been waiting for 2.
I saw it 3 times in the theater.
Anyway.
Good adventure. All right, cool. Well, thanks for being here. It's spooky season. So what are you doing for Halloween?
Spooky skeletons.
Do your kids and or do your town, do they still trick or treat? Or are you trunk or treat?
Yeah, everyone's
I don't do trunk or treat.
If I was a mayor, I would shut down the town for that night and make people trick or treat.
Yeah, bring us back to the
old
days.
Bring it back, man. Bring it back.
Kids don't get it anymore.
Bring it back. All right. Well, that's the question. So answer it.
And what are you going to be for Halloween?
Yeah, what are you going to be for Halloween? Do you still dress up? What age are you at when it comes to dressing up? Do you go to parties? Yada, yada. All right. Go follow us on Instagram. Books_N_Betches. BETCHES. Click the link in the link tree. You'll find our
YouTube,
which you could subscribe to, and then our Discord, and
the YouTube,
many other thing.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
Thanks for being here. Happy Halloween. We love you. Bye.
Yeah.